let's see, it's 350-ish. It is 357.6 miles. Let's say 360. Let's round it out. My 360 mile review of the Jackrabbit XG Pro. I've had this bike for, I ordered it July 24th, picked it up July 25th. So today is the 25th of August. Yeah, it is Monday, August 25th, 4:33. That means I've had this bike for exactly 1 month. And in 1 month, I have put, if we're rounding, 360 miles. And if you ride this thing, you'll understand how easy and quick it is to add those miles. Now, I have the Jackrabbit unlocked, so it goes 24 miles an hour for sure. It does 24 miles for sure. It's very fast, and that's more than enough speed for this thing. That's fast enough. Stock. I don't know, because I don't know what stock is with this thing, but I'm sure, look, it's excellent. Solid frame, solid acceleration, solid. It's just solid, period. The one thing I would definitely recommend anybody do with this thing is get the suspension seat post. See if I go right about here. You know what, this is as good a spot as any. All right. So, the suspension seat post. They should have a suspension seat post as part of this thing. Even if it's not the Connect one, there should be something here. It just really should. Let me just put this here. All right. So the bike is just excellent, period. But if you're gonna get this, I mean, you want the suspension seat post. Now, going through the bike as I have it. One of the first things I did was add the Supermoto X Schwalbe tires and the tubes. And they have two types of tubes, and one of them is like a I don't want to say higher end, but it holds the air more. And I know that's true because I have it in another bike, and it just retains the PSI on the tires much longer. This is the third seat I've put on it since the original seat. The original seat was comfortable, but my ass got hot like almost right away. So I swapped it out for a Brooks saddle that I had on my Brompton, and it was brown and it's fine. And it was comfortable, but I realized, you know, it's a bike, it's a seat for someone who's pedaling, and you're not pedaling this thing. So I wanted to get a wider seat. So I did get one. I forget the brand, but immediately I didn't like it. It creaked a lot. It was gel filled, and I didn't like the way it would sink at certain points. It didn't feel right. So I immediately swapped it out and just ended up buying another Brooks saddle. And this is a city saddle, and it's wider, and it also has, you know, some springs in there. So that's going to help. The suspension, the wide tires, these are 2.8 tires, which is about the same width, not about, the same width as the original tires. The original tires were knobbier, but they were really comfortable. No complaints there. I've added the shred lights that were on my other bike. I didn't buy it. The stuff I didn't buy. Rear and the front. I just added this, which is a click fix mount, and I added it because I have a hip lock DX 1000 lock, which is a huge lock from my other bike. But if I ever need to go somewhere and lock this up, I can carry that lock on there because it just clips on there. Take these batteries out and, with a backpack and throw them in the back and just lock this thing up. The mount is a hybrid mount. This is Brompton's quad lock mount, and I bought a Peak Design mount and I kind of Frankenstein hacked it and used the head of the Peak Design over the quad lock. So I replaced the quad lock and put this on there. So now, because these cases are super thin, the magnetic charging works on it fine, and it works amazing. I could lift this bike up from here. So there's that. Rock Bros are cheap grips, but you know what? They're pretty comfortable with the gel-ish thing, and they match the bike. So that's great. Is there anything else? Oh, and I bought the little cover to put on the seat post, because honestly, some thieves are thieves of opportunity. Their eye will catch that, oh, it's a Connect. So with that covering it, it just kind of camouflages it a little bit. You have to really look for it to really see, oh, he has an expensive seat post on there. So if I were to lock this, I would have to run like a cable through this along the DX to hold I really need to replace this to locking a clamp as opposed to the quick release clamp. All right, that's kind of it for the stuff I've done today. Oh, I bought this bag. I had a slap bag that was from my other bike as well, but I decided to get this bag because it just holds more stuff, and I can clip my, this is the bag I'll go shopping with. Like, oh, if I have to stop at the supermarket and just take this bag, and in here I'll have like a little toolkit thing and my shades and a little quick lock. Mostly it's just like to lock the tire. Like if I go to McDonald's and just leave, or wherever, I can walk away from the bike for a second, and no one's going to just ride away with it. They'll have to carry the fucker, and I can chase them down. All right. Now, you can see that the inclines, it can handle it with no problem whatsoever. And the only reason I'm going this slow is because not to upset anyone. This is really a walkway where I'm not even sure where I'm at, actually. I'm exploring this little area. But this thing is a beast. Okay, I know where I'm at. And it's such a great ride. Who would this be for? Well, someone who wants to have fun, someone who doesn't need exercise, because you're not getting anything with this. The range on this is more than enough. Because the truth of the matter is, how do I put it? The two saddlebag batteries, I don't know how many miles it'll give you. It's supposedly 48, but it's probably like hooning, hitting that accelerator with it completely unlocked like it is now. It's probably somewhere around 30 miles. That's just a guesstimate because I've never let it get low enough. But yeah, this thing is just so tiny, so cool. I go into supermarkets or Target or wherever, and It looks great, man. Oh, I also had these little green, which may be a bit much, little tire things on. And it's kind of really it. But the thing is just so great. It folds. I needed to fold up. That's a necessity for me, because I already have another bike. So it's just a really cool bike. It really, really is. I think I'm done. Oh yeah, I added that. I was like, I had bought a 2-pack of bottle cages. I forgot I even had it. When I found it, I was like, oh great, that's one less thing I have to buy. So the only things I bought for this are the click fix, the tires. I changed the brakes because being a dumbass, I fucked the front brakes up when I bought, I had just recently, this week, bought a pair of Avid BB7 brakes. I had understood that those were really great mechanical brakes, and I messed up the front brake. The local bike shop swapped it out with this Shimano tourney, and it was better than the brake that was on there. I felt it bite more. It was just overall a better bike, a better brake. And I felt how mushy the back ones. I probably messed that one up too. Or I could have adjusted it, but I was like, you know what? Let me swap it out anyway. And he didn't have the Tektro, so basically I have two different brakes. So back here, he put a Tektro Aries. So I have a Tektro Aries in the back and Shimano tourneys in the front. I don't care. They work better than before. Not that the original brakes were bad, but these, felt better. And like I said, I didn't mess around with them, so I kind of, not knowing what I was doing, kind of screwed the pooch, maybe. What else? Yeah, this is for someone who wants something to, run around and do little errands, and it's great for that. It's excellent for that. Not for exercise, once again. And who needs to be, well, I'm not saying needs to be, but you can go around places that people would frown upon seeing you on your bike, and they don't pay any real attention because it's such a tiny little, it's almost like a toy bike. No one realizes it's not obvious what a little beast it is, which makes it a more dangerous little beast. And the thing that's great about it is I can commute to work. See, I could do it in the Brompton. I had a Brompton, electric Brompton, but those little tiny 16-inch tires that are so thin, I'm not sure what's the width of those tires, but there was too much attention I had to pay, because the road, every little pothole, you felt all of it. Mind you, the Brompton's a pretty comfortable ride, because I didn't believe it, but yeah, steel makes a difference, man, because it does absorb a lot of shocks. So steel is the move. There's some suspension with that. Just like with this thing, the suspension is the wide tires. Those tires make a difference. Those tires combined with the Connect seat post really make a difference. Now I've just added this Brooks saddle with a little bit of spring action on it, and that also helps. So it's a really comfortable ride. It may not be quite as comfortable stock without the seat post, but I'm pretty sure it's still pretty comfortable with the wide 2.8 tires. Would I recommend this? I'm in the honeymoon phase. I've only had it a month, but I think the fact that I put so many miles in such a short amount of time kind of tells you how I feel about the bike. See, it's 359, so it's by the time I get home it'll be 360. Yeah, this is excellent. I am so happy with this, and I'm looking. Hopefully, I imagine that maintenance on this is no big deal because you're not dealing with a chain or a cassette or any of that. The only thing you're worrying about is brakes. It's the only thing you're maintaining. Now, see, right now I'm going like 21, 22. But this thing has a good amount of torque, and off the line, like from a stop, if you were to gun it, I mean, you can easily wheelie this thing and throw yourself off. The first time I rode this thing, I was shocked by how easy it was to lift up the front wheel. So, is this a must-buy? I'm a convert. I'm a Jackrabbit person. And I have to, it's just so like nimble. I'm being like really mellow while I'm giving my review here, but it's just so easy to flick around and go around stuff. Like, I'm looking for an excuse to go to work on Unga Week, which is when the UN convenes and New York becomes, or at least that area becomes, a disaster. Because with this little thing, it would just make quick work of that. Because the Brompton made quick work of it. It just was, a little uncomfortable, a little slow. Which this isn't. Like, the Brompton top speed was 15 miles an hour. While this is locked 20, it's actually 24. So the advantages of this is that for commuting, it's faster, so I can keep up with traffic easier. It has wider tires, so it absorbs a lot of the potholes and the streets of New York vary from very nice to like really gnarly. I love this thing. At the end of the day, that's what I can say is, I really do love this thing. This thing is just, it's deceptive. If you look at it on paper, you don't see what's the point, and for what it costs. Like, there's so many other things you can buy, for sure, and that's true. There's so many other things you can buy, but if you're looking for something small that doesn't weigh a lot, that you can fold flat and pretty much put in so many different places, you're not going to find anything like that. You got the Roadrunner, the Voro Motors Roadrunner. That's the closest thing. It weighs more. I don't know how. I've heard so many issues about it, like so many things with the frame and all that, so I don't know. But that's the closest thing. And the thing about it, it looks like what it looks like. It looks like a toy though, so maybe you can get away with that. I believe you could. But this one looks like a little tiny bicycle, and there's something about that to the eye of someone who doesn't know anything, it just looks like, fine, safe. And there's some value in that. There's some value in a device like this. And it costs what it costs, There's not much competition for something like this. And of course, there's a lot of people, like I said, who won't even look at it because the cost relative to what it is, but man, you cannot tell how cool this thing is until you're using it and riding it. Now, value is in the eye of the person spending the money, So I can't. Oh wow, my battery's halfway through. Interesting. Oh, let me go this way. I didn't realize I've been riding it that much. And it's another thing. The battery, the battery lasts so well. It's so efficient. It's 4 bars. The first bar, and you have full your 24-mile, top speed. That first bar is like 10 miles. I've only ever gone down about this low, 2 bars. I've never. No, actually, I did once. I did go to 1 bar. I'm not willing to find out full to dead what the range is because I don't feel like rolling, even though it's tiny, doesn't weigh much. I don't want to. I don't want to roll it or take a cab or the subway. I don't want to deal with that. That's not what I bought this for. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, this is a decent, excellent little ride, and I love it. I love it. The end.